Hi, welcome to the Frugal Tech channel, and this is my unboxing and first look at the Sony Handycam. It's the FDR-AX53. This is the successor to the popular AX33, which is a consumer Handycam, 4K recording for $1,000. Sony's made the statement 4K for $2,000, then it was 4K for $1,000. This is not a professional 4K camcorder. However, it does have some prosumer features built in at a fairly attractive price point for a camcorder. Now, I'm going with the camcorder and putting it into production. I want to use it for things like vlogging as a second camera. Heck, I may even use it for some of my production work alongside my FZ1000 camera. So let's take a look at some of the features of the camera. It weighs 2.8 pounds with the battery. Comes with a 16.6 megapixel sensor, records full HD at 120 frames per second, so it gets you that really great super slow motion. A manual ring that can be assigned to do things like zoom, set exposure, focus, etc. Comes with a new image processor from Sony. Carl's Eye Sonar T lens, which has also been coded specifically for 4K. Wi-Fi connectivity does not come with remote control. I know that. Near field communication setup. You can stream directly to Ustream with it. Full 1080p, of course. Uses the XAVC-S codec as well as AVC HD. Records to SD cards. Comes with their multi-interface shoe adapter. Micro HDMI out to full-size HDMI out. And also records in Dolby 5.1. So let's go ahead and unbox the camera and see what we get inside. So we're opening it up. There we go. And we got with the limited warranty. Warranty card. A list of various accessories that'll work with the multi-interface shoe, batteries, cases, microphones, tripods, that kind of stuff. And then a thank you card for your purchase. Get some exclusive benefits. And I don't see anything else there. We got a manual. Right here, the manual. And it comes in several different languages. And that's what we got there. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. Look that. All right. So there is the power cable right there. That's your mini HDMI to HDMI cable. And then we have a USB cable as well. So if you don't want to pop out the SD card, you just want to plug it into something and copy your data off that, you can. And, oh yes. And of course, the charger. And I think this is pretty much like most of Sony's chargers right there. Remember, this doesn't come with remote control. And that's one more thing in here. So we can get to that. There we go. Of course, the battery. And this is, I think, the was it the NP70 battery on here? Yeah, the NP-V70 battery on there. So these are a nice, pretty long life battery, by the way. And finally, the star of the show, the camera itself. And it actually feels surprisingly heavy. And there it is. Now the body is all plastic, but it has a really nice feel to it right here. And we'll just go ahead, and it comes with what's called balanced optical steady shot, or the BOSS system. Essentially, the lens is on a gimbal. So we'll take that off. And I think I'm going to try popping the battery on and seeing if we have any kind of charge. There it goes, just popped right on. And then we open this up. Let's see if it'll come on. Right there it's coming on, and you can see now, this is the Boss system. If you can see how that is moving around. So I said it's on a gimbal. And then it's, of course, presenting us with the various setup menu. We'll go through that in the next video. Go ahead and close that up. Your viewfinder pulls out and up, back into place. This is the multi-interface shoe adapter on here, so that works with various Sony products. I actually bought an adapter that will allow me to use this as a cold shoe with my external microphone if I want to do that. Your wide angle control, tight shot, snap a photo with that button. Right here you can just push a button and start recording. Down here, this is going to be, I can get that open, that's where you would plug in for charging the camera. Let's see, do we have anything else on here? Yeah, so here we have for your microphone in, right there, 3.5 millimeter jack microphone in. And then you have your micro HDMI output right there. Coming to the front of the camera, this is your microphone, captures Dolby Surround 5.1. This is your control right here, and you have a manual button down here where you can assign different functions to this ring here. Focus, exposure, zoom, shutter speed. I think your ISO can all be set manually. So this is something a little bit, I think, better than some consumer camcorders, is you do have the ability to manually control some of these functions on here. Opening it back up. This is where our SD card slot would go. It has a feature called Night Shot on here. That's something I probably won't ever use. This button right here is for canceling your voice. So you want to cancel that. Oh, okay, this is your HDMI output. So the other port I looked at would have been your USB output on there. As well as the ability to turn the camera, turns it off and on. Excellent, okay. I've got to get used to this camera. I'm not really a camera guy, but I know these are really popular. I like the form factor of this camera, where you can just put your hand on it, right? Turn it on, and off you go. You can just use this camera right on the fly. Very nicely done. Overall, I think the build quality is pretty good. Some more of the specs on this camera: 20 times optical zoom, up to 30 times digitally enhanced. Of course, it has the balanced optical Steadyshot system, 4K recording at 24p or 30p. Of course, a 1080p at up to 120 frames per second, as well as 60p. I think it does 60i as well as 30p. Dolby 5.1 surround on the microphone. 16.9 sensor uses all of the area of the sensor rather than cropping it, which is going to make it better for recording in 4K. Full HD slow motion, manual control, shutter, again, focus, zoom, other types of control. Here's another interesting thing. This camera can record 2 movies at the same time. So one is, say, full quality AVC HD, and another in MP4 format of not quite as much detail. So you have 2 copies of the movie if that's what you want. Just a ton of other features to this camera, but it feels really good in the hands. So I think this is going to be a great camera for my home office studio, for making videos on the go, on the fly recording. I think that's going to be great. It's a good weight. It's a good size. Feels very solid. It does have an IR receiver on here. You can purchase through Sony a infrared remote. If you don't want to use the app on your phone to remote control it, you can actually get one. Also, tripod mount as well comes on there. And so this is the Sony AX53 Handycam cameras, 4K recording, 16.6 megapixels, and it sells for right at $1,000. I got mine just the other day off of Amazon. I'm looking forward to showing you folks some footage of this camera and what it can do. So we will follow up with a more detailed look at this camera, the functions, how it works, sample footage, all that in an upcoming video. But for right now, this is just my first look at this camera and the unboxing. Thanks so much for watching. Until the next one, everybody.